Hi, welcome to day 4 of Solitude. I'm Catherine Nelson. I hope that these videos are proving helpful for you in terms of kind of grounding you in something each day. I want to just follow up on what we talked about yesterday. We discussed potentially doing a thought log to capture some of our thinking and be more interactive with it. Less of feeling like our thoughts are just materializing and more of an awareness that we can drive those and sometimes adjust and change them, which can prove extremely helpful in terms of how we're feeling. And when you think about being in a state of having some extra anxiety, that's extremely helpful. The second thing that we talked about was really limiting our news exposure. And I know that it's not an issue for some people out there, but for a lot of people, it's just highly addictive and it really feeds a very intense stress level. And it keeps us on alert, and I just don't think in this particular time that that's helpful for us. And I think we need to be mindful of limiting that so that we are informed, but we are not in a state of kind of constantly being barraged by fear. So today we're going to talk about some different ways to use things like meditation, mindfulness, and even journaling to help us stay present. When you think about the conversations that you have with people or the interactions, I want you to think about how you know that that person is really present with you, that they are not thinking about their grocery list or other things they have to do today. What are the keys? What are the clues that let you know that this person is really there and present with you? Think about that, and then think about what does that look like if you're just by yourself in a moment? And how do I then stay present and grounded and connected with the moment? A lot of us, and I talk to women about this quite a bit, as women, we tend to spin scenarios in our head a lot of the time. I think guys do this too to some degree, but what I hear from people is that it's more driven by exciting scenarios, and ours are more driven by relational situations. So with that in mind, I think just thinking about and being mindful today of how you stay connected with the present moment. So we certainly know that when we think about the future, it can lead to worry and stress and what ifs. And when we think about the past, it tends to get us second guessing ourselves, possibly looking at regrets, stewing about things we have no control over, they're already done and gone. So being in this moment, being present, is a really valuable ability to be able to have, to be mindful of that, to not be constantly being pulled to the future or the past, but to really be staying in the now and enjoying this. And so when you think about what mindfulness means for you, maybe even, I think in one of the previous videos, I talked about doing a mindfulness exercise with your pet, really being on their level and connected and present with them. There's also mindful eating, and I believe some of the exercises with that involve taking like an orange and really doing the textures, the smells, really just being present with the peeling process, and then all of the different aspects of how that fruit is unfolding before your eyes, all the way down to the taste. So one of the things that I use in terms of giving people suggestions is we try to do object relations. So I often keep these little gems in my office, and I use them for a variety of things, but I'll often send one with somebody because they just fit so nicely just in the palm of your hand. And it's a great little reminder that nobody else will even notice or see, to stay connected with this present moment. This is an object that is right here in front of me. I can feel it, I can touch it, I can describe it. This is now. This isn't something in the future, this isn't something in the past, this is me being connected with this moment. So think about using something like that. It could be any tiny little object that you are able to use to kind of keep yourself grounded in the present. Meditation is something that is, I think, profoundly impactful, and I think there's a lot of misunderstandings of how to engage it. If you use an app, something like Headspace, I think there's one called Calm, those are going to really walk you through guided meditation, which I think is a lot more reasonable place to start in learning how to do it, because guided meditation helps direct our mind and pull it back when it starts to want to go out on its own, which is usually why people don't enjoy or feel like they're successful with meditation, is because our minds are so busy. There's so many things going on that's keeping that connection can feel like overwhelming. So try doing a meditation app or something like that. As long as you've got this time today, why not, right? So mindfulness, being connected with the present moment, meditation, really feeling like you can center yourself and slow down your thinking. And then the last thing for today is just I want to mention the possibility of doing a gratitude journal. Many people do these. They can be extremely beneficial. They really help us to focus on being appreciative of all the things that we have. And I've kept these journals for a while, and I find that eventually I'll get a little bit stuck. And then one of the techniques I'll use is to just use the alphabet, like one day at a time, 3 items that start with A that I'm thankful for, and I'll go all through it. Or maybe I'll look at things with your body. When you think about all the different aspects of your body, all the different intricacies of how you function, that we don't really take time to appreciate or value on a daily, let alone once a month basis. So I'm just encouraging you to use that, think that through, be present, and be present with an attitude of gratitude and appreciation for all that we have. So I hope that day 4 is a good day for you, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.